Hi, in this video we're looking at creating a sheet metal. So I've chosen my sheet metal template. For this one I'm going to do this in ordered modelling rather than synchronous or hybrid, because I want to start with a contour flange. So make sure in ordered modelling. I also want to go and change some settings first actually on here. So I want to go to my material table, go to gauge properties. I want to set my material thickness to 3 and my bend radius to 3 as well on there. And I'm going to leave the relief depth on there. We can go and change those if we get to those. So if we choose contour flange, and for this we want to choose the right plane for sketching. This will start the line command for us. I want to create 3 lines starting from the centre. The first one is going to be 13 mm long. The next one going up is going to be 54.5. And then the next one going across is going to be 35. If you haven't got these dims being added automatically, we can go to here, IntelliSketch options, auto dimension, and set it the same as on my screen. Okay, next we're going to close that sketch. Make sure the material arrow goes inside, so up depending on the orientation. And then we want to do a symmetric extent on there, and we're going to do 142.7. Enter, and then finish that command. Okay, next we're going to do a flange going upwards. So if we choose the flange command, depending on what yours look like, you might have to choose a drop down from the multi-edge flange to get to that. And choose that edge. Make sure our option is outside dimension and material inside on there. And go up, and we're going to do 181 millimeters. So just input that value, and then click finish on there. Okay. Next we're going to do a small flange coming off this edge. So choose the flange command again, select that edge and bring that in, just double check how that's looking, and we're going to do 23 on there and then click finish on there. So those are our main kind of flanges. Now we're going to have a look at some additional kind of features on there. So I'm going to cancel the command, hide my base reference planes because I don't need to see those anymore. So we're going to do some holes, but we'll do those later. So next we've got a cut that needs to go down here. We need to add some clearance on here. So we're going to go to drop down on hole, and we're going to choose normal cutout, and we're going to select this front face. And then we're going to start a line command down here. So we want to come up here, 38.1. Okay, I'm actually just going to change my tact a little bit and just go and put the 3 lines in as we need them, being careful not to snap to any kind of key points. So I'm just going to double check that that's kind of all flexy and that's horizontal on there. If you snap to that midpoint, you end up causing a bit of a problem. Next time I do a smart dimension, so this one down here, 38.1 that needs to be. This one needs to be 83.5. And we need to dim this line from this edge, 77.7. And that's got that as it is. We do need some rounds, but we'll add those as features later on. So we're then going to close the sketch, make sure this arrow is going out away from the part, and then we're going to make sure that we do through all, and we go backwards on there, and then click finish. Okay, so next we need to do some rounds. So these need to be 10 mm and this one here needs to be 10 mm. So we're going to put those all into one. So we're going to choose the break corner command. We're going to click on that one, and that one. And we're going to make those 10 mm. So we get an error because that's picking up 15 from what I've done before, because that was bending it all the way around. And we've got those rounds done for us on there. Okay, so next we've got some kind of a couple more complex ones. So here we want a slightly bigger round on this corner, such as a 15. We saw on this corner that the 15 didn't work, so it's kind of important that we know a way for that to work. I'm just plugging my 3D mouse in. Okay. Fingers crossed it's working. Yep, it is. So what we're going to do on here for these ones, so for this one we're going to do this as a kind of, we're going to unbend it using the unbend command. So we're going to choose unbend that face and that face. And then we're going to put a round on it. Notice if we try and put a 15mm break corner on there, it's not going to work kind of as we want to see it. It's going to kind of do a cut like that. So we're going to do that as a normal cutout instead. I'm going to select that on that face. I'm going to choose the tangent arc command, and we're going to create an arc going from there to there. And as long as we get those little options on there, we can see it's going to go and create that tangency for us, and then specify that as 15mm radius. Once we've done that, we can close that sketch. Make sure we're coming down and down, and that's going to go and put our cutout in there. And then we're going to go and rebend that. So we're going to keep all these together. We can just press A to kind of rebend, and that's going to rebend all. So that's going to give us the kind of corner that we're looking for on there. We've got something similar up here. We need this face, this little section of face, to be 2mm down from what we've got. So we're going to do something similar here. So I'm going to do a unbend again. So click the bend to stay. The bend we want to unbend, and then accept. And then we're going to go and do a normal cutout. I'm going to do that on this face. I want the orientation correct, so I'm using my N key to get the orientation, so we get the correct plane orientation. And then I'm going to do my line, coming out here, and I press the A key to do an arc, and then the A key to do a second arc on there. I'm going to use the equal command to make those arcs equal, and I'm going to make sure that that line is, say, 12mm. And we're going to make sure that that has got a distance of 2mm, which was what we wanted on there. So those arcs are equal, but they're not equal length. So I'm just going to click on that arc and go and drag that on there. So we've got that arc looking as that should be. And make sure we've got tangency to the arc on there, and that's going to go and make sure that that looks nice. Not sure whether we need to go to that point or that point, but we can come back and change that afterwards. So we've got our cutout, and that looks good. Okay, so if it's a normal cutout, it's done it a little bit strange, but that's the way it needs to be for sheet metal. And then we're going to rebend it. Click on that bend, and we've got that 2mm gap that we needed on there. Okay, so next we need to put some more rounds on. So I want to do some break corners. So a lot of these these rounds, we're just going to put some 2mm rounds on these, just to make sure these are nice and safe on here. That's the rest of those rounds all done. So we've got a nice safe part. And then next we're going to go and put some holes in. So we're going to follow the same kind of process that we did before. So we need some 6.4mm holes down here for mounting. So I'm going to go to my hole options, I'm going to go to this drill size option, and that's got my 6.4 in there, as I must have used that before. And I'm going to go and do my cutout on here the same as what we did before. So it's 25-25 because it's mounting to that block that we've done previously. And we're going to make sure that that is going to be 15mm from this bottom edge. And this has got to be 11.4 from this edge. And then we're going to go and pop those 4 holes in on the corners of there. These lines will automatically turn to construction, so we don't have to worry about those turning to construction. And that's got my holes on there. Next we need 9 holes at the top as well. So if we zoom in on here, and we go and pop these 9 holes in, 10mm centres, it's pretty much doing the same thing, so it's not kind of too much of an issue. And these, I'm just going to do these 5mm on this one. Notice these drill sizes, we've got all these different kind of sizes that we can do on there. Make sure it's through all as well. So we can do it that way. This one we want 9, so this time I'm going to do a rectangle by centre. Link that to there, and I'll do a couple of lines, which is going to give us our centre point that we need on there as well. And we can then go and place the rest of those holes We can dimension up before or after placing the holes. It doesn't really matter which way we go and do that. So that one's going to be 20, that one's going to be 20, and then we're going to do 10mm from the top. I'm going to do 20mm from this very far edge on here. I think that one's actually meant to be 15, so I'm just going to change that, and then we're going to close that and finish. If we do find any of these sizes are wrong, we can click on there, choose dynamic edit, and we can easily go and change these sizes and customize these sizes really quickly on there. So that's our part looking how we want it. We've got those nice features on there. Let's just do a quick flat pattern. So let's go tools, flatten, choose this face, and then this edge on here. This is parallel to the x-axis with a dot at the correct orientation. That means that our flat pattern and our model orient correctly. And we can see in 2024 we've got lines showing bending down, bending upwards, etc. Color coded on there. Okay, that one's now complete. Hopefully that was useful. Look at my other videos, like and subscribe if you can. That'd be great. Thank you very much.